What's going on, guys? I'm Jason Kaplan. You might recognize me from PMWL, where we have the World League, or you might recognize me if you've been keeping track of PMPL America Season 2. Now, if you haven't noticed, it has come back. We are to Season 2, and we are looking to find out which teams will take home the trophy and potentially get themselves into PMGC, the Global Championship. But to brush you up, to catch you up on what's all been going down, let's first off by taking a look at the format of what's all happening within this tournament. Now, we have 3 different groups. We're going to have groups A, B, and C, where there'll be 8 teams in each group, 4 teams from South America, 4 teams from North America, and they'll play across 20 different play days with 5 matches per day. There'll be a couple of days with only 4 matches just to even out the amount we have in total. But from that, we're going to end up finding out our top 16 teams to move on into the finals, which will kick off later in October. Now, as we move on into the prize, everyone wants to know, what are they playing for? How much money is going to be on the line? Well, in league play, it's going to be $10,000 for first place, and then you can see how it works its way down from there. But it's really all about getting into top 16 and getting into the finals, as mentioned before. So let's take a look at the money that's going to be on the line there. And that's going to be 40 grand for first place, 20 grand for second, 12 for third, and there's even an MVP prize of $5,000. But I only said the top 3 places because you know what? Those are the ones that are really going to matter. If you get into top 3, you're going to be getting yourself a ticket straight into the PUBG Mobile Global Championship kicking off later this year. Also, if you haven't really caught up on anything happening since World League, we've changed the point format around a little bit from last time. So it used to be when you get first place, you get 20 points, and then obviously 1 kill gives you 1 point as well. But we've changed things up, right? It's going to be 15 points for first place, and now towards the bottom of the scoreboard, there's a chance to get 0 points. And we've seen this happen quite a few times when we've had our matches kicking off over this last week, which is what this is all about here, to recap what all went down so get you guys up to date so you can be ready for week 2 to kick off on Tuesday. So let's take a look at the overall standings. Let's see how things have worked out over that first week of play. We've had quite a few matches being played, some teams on 14, some teams on 13 matches, but we can see G25 had been clearly the leader. 6 chicken dinners in their 14 matches, almost 50% rate on that one, with 224 points in total. They are 52 points ahead of the team in second place with B4 Esports, but they also have themselves 100 kills. So if you look at it, they've had 25 kills a day. This is definitely a team that everyone should be looking out for, and a team that unfortunately did miss out on qualifying for World League last season. But you got B4 in there, you got Nenebete coming into the lineup. They're actually running a 5-man roster, swapping players every once in a while. They've been improving drastically. We've got Ace 1 in there. Unfortunately, towards the later ends of the weekend, they haven't been able to perform, but have proven to be the best, or one of the best Brazilian teams, even challenging out on the likes of Loops. We got Incase now coming in for 4th place. They are actually at 1 point having 3 chicken dinners and 46 placement points in total. And if you remember what I said before, placement points have been shifted around a little bit. So they've been very hit or miss, where they get a chicken dinner and they get a ton of points from that, or they unfortunately have some bad placings after, and they seem to have maybe worked out some of those kinks later on in the week in day 3 and day 4. But looking down the list, you got Tempo, you got Wildcard, you got Loops, who actually didn't make it onto the front page until our final day of this first week. Then Alpha 7 rounding out 8th place. So right now, those are 8 teams that would be getting through to the finals if we did end it off here. But now taking a look at the second page, you got teams like Meta Gaming, who have started off well, where in scrims they finished off in 21st place. They started off the final day here in this week in 7th place, but have fallen a couple of slots. You got Tribe, led by, Seagut in there, who really had a phenomenal performance in the last day, netting them quite a few kills. The Unnamed, who has silently been working their way up the leaderboards. Nova as well, as they have actually rotated back in Starlight, which we haven't seen since PMPL America's Season 1. INTZ, they've been a little bit hit or miss with their results, but definitely have improved as the week has gone on. And one team, unfortunately, we can't say has really improved that much is going to be Cloud9 there. Not a team you expect to see on the second page after they're showing in World League, but they've definitely fallen down the ranks for now. But luckily for them, there's still many weeks left to come ahead. Clays and Exet going to round out our top 16, and those 16 teams would be making it through into the finals to play for those 3 spots into PMGC. But we still have 8 more teams. Keep in mind, 3 different groups with 8 teams in each group, and these are all still playing for their chance here. Brazilian Rampage finished off on a high note in week 1 with a nice chicken dinner, getting themselves up from 24th place to 17th. You got Pittsburgh Knights with a completely different roster coming through, unfortunately in 18th place. Influence Rage, Execute with Zute on the team. We had Kill Switch, the leader, and PMCO in kills. Unfortunately, not really able to live up to that kind of performance we saw in PMCO when they moved into PMPL. But again, it's week 1. There's still a lot of hopes ahead of them. And then to round it out, you got BDM Esports helping out Addiction 19 as well. A lot of teams that still have that chance to potentially strike into top 16 if the RNG gods will it, we should say. But then to maybe switch gears a little bit, we talked about kills. Let's actually take a look at our top 10 kill leaders from this first week. And you can pretty much expect G25 to have quite a few players to be in here. Pepito in first, Italox in second, Uni in 4th place, and even have Dudu making his way in from Ace 1. But look at the damage being dealt here. I mean, Italox, he's got over 1,000 damage more than Dudu. You got Pepito, 1,400 more damage than him. Pepito has definitely set himself out, and funny enough, he's a support player who's been able to get this many kills. 32 for him, 34 knockouts, 6 nade kills. This man has been flawless, just like his hair. And then working down later on, you got Mitsume. Haven't talked about him just yet because he's the newest man in Team Queso, and it has helped take them to another level. We haven't seen a roster change in them for over a year, and they switched things up coming into this, and it has worked out well. Pedro going to be making his way in there for B4, and Ayala as well from Team Queso with Seagut, as I mentioned, for Tribe, able to get into our top 8 position. But it's important considering you get an extra $5,000 in your pocket if you are the MVP of the whole event. But that's going to do it for our first week of recap. Remember, you can tune in on Tuesday at 1 a.m. CEST over here in Europe or 4 p.m. PDT over in the US. You can figure out your time zones from there because, you know what, I'm not smart enough to do so. I'm just smart enough to sit here and talk about things that are put up on my screen. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week for week 2.